fear of crime. Coming to us at this time is our very own ACP, Gary Griffiths, in charge of Hero 5. He is a man of many words, but when he speaks, whatsoever he says is always fundamental. Please make him welcome at this time.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Honorable James Robertson, Member of Parliament, St Thomas Western. Not hearing? Okay. Honorable James Robertson, Member of Parliament, St Thomas Western. Councillor Spencer. Councillor Rowe. Councillor Caretaker, should I say, Pasley. Anybody else from local or central government that I may not have acknowledged who might be present. Certainly if central government was here outside of Mr. Roberts, I would have known. That would have been a neighbor to the east. Members of the clergy, justices of peace, member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, citizen of Seaforth, members of the media. It's a pleasure being here. This would have been my third tour if I was working here. I did two tours previously. One in 1986, another in 1993. And I just want to piggyback on something that the Member of Parliament has said. Coming here this morning, he had to be a bit slow. A person would come to ask for favors. I hope that your presence here, Sir Robertson, would attract a few others. Well, I hope they'll hear and turn up. Because the truth be told is that here I'm actually speaking to the converted. There are persons who I would want to see here to speak to. I know Seaforth has had its ups and downs. I can tell you that. Because prior to coming here in 1986, there was a Bobby Red gang that wreaked havoc in these spaces. Then we had some period of peace. Then there was a conflict involving the late Corporal of Sergeant MacDonald, set of persons and others in these spaces. And then more recently what is happening now. I can say I might not be doing the work that Mr. Robertson spoke of in terms of actual presence on the road. But I've been working harder than when I was a constable. Yesterday we had 3 meetings, and these meetings were intended to solicit assistance. These meetings involve the JDF, and I can tell you, Seaforth is included in our activities. We'll be getting more boots on the ground, and we intend to take back this community.
Amen.
We intend to take back this community. And I say this passionately, because when I served there last, this is a community that we could walk at all hours. It was homogeneous, everybody know everybody. Things were quiet and peaceful. And this is what we want. Sometimes I'm misunderstood because I'm hoping that that vision that Mr. Robertson spoke of, that 2030 vision, would be realized and more persons would be around to enjoy that vision. Certainly some of us would die from natural causes. But we don't want people dying because of conflict with youths that are unattached, who couldn't care less. We don't need to see these things happening. I've been here, and you might take offense to what I'm about to say. I've been here, and I've seen places that the gangsters are domiciled. I came here on an operation one morning, and I'm saying, these monies that purchase weapons, you can't get a good bed, get 2 blocks, fix up the place. You run up and down with guns shooting people. You know, and you know, the team of your devotion this morning is aptly put: fear of crime. I should give you a history. Being the Assistant Commissioner for Area 5, I cover St. Thomas, St. Andrew North, and St. Catherine. Who would not be fearful of crime if one of my community there's a game of football going on? 10 persons are shot, 3 killed. Who would not be fearful if an area that I command, a household is attacked, man shot, trying to escape with his child, the house is set ablaze? What this is saying to me is that everybody sitting here should be fearful. Because when the gunmen come like a thief, but they don't even come and steal in the night because they're shooting in days now. But when they come and they see the target, unfortunately, the targets most time get away because they're on the lookout. The people who are innocent are not looking out to be attacked. And these are the things we are faced with. But I said to you, there's this pastor, Martin Niemöller. He was an outspoken critic of Hitler, that's Adolf Hitler. And he said, first they came for the socialite and I did not speak out because I was not a socialite. Then they came for the trade unionists. I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. When they came for me, there was no one left to speak out. Are we going to bring Seaforth to the point where there's no one left to speak out? We need to stand up. Not stand up to the point that you are targeted. We have given a lot of numbers that you can be utilized to communicate with the police. I have gotten calls, and I speak passionately about this. I've gotten calls about things that in Seaforth, and I've communicated to the commanding officer here, to Mr. Byfield. That is to say that there are persons here who trust Mr. Griffiths, find Mr. Griffiths' number and call. So the next point I'm going to raise, almost everyone sitting inside this space this morning as a member of the family with a police. And it says a lot of negative if you can't speak to your relative in confidence. It says a lot about you. Because when my mom calls me from Center and said that little boy used to run up and down with the nose around, named Charlie, I give problem, I know who to speak to confidentially and get something done. So if you're from Seaforth and you don't trust the Seaforth police, tell your cousin or your brother or your sister is a police in Westmoreland to find a way of getting this information. Amen. I'm tired of hearing this stupidness, but we can't trust the police. It's bad that you can't trust the police. We should not reach this stage. And we must take responsibility. And I take some. Because with situations like the Coral Guard massacre, the time that police used to trim Rasta, a lot of things that police did in the past, it will take some time for this confidence to grow. But when we're in St. Thomas, Mr. Robertson and councillors, I don't know if you know, about 90% of the police from St. Thomas, who works in St. Thomas, are from St. Thomas. So don't we pick up information? Because I'm talking to everybody this morning. When I came here as a young police, 75% of the police working in St. Thomas were from outside. And you were getting results. Stitch Martin not from St. Thomas, Griffiths not from St. Thomas, Mr. Shan not from St. Thomas. We're talking about good police. And he isn't to say that I'm a good police. I might be misunderstood because I expect that ladies will walk skimpily dressed and not be raped. I expect that people will work and not be extorted. I expect that old ladies, since the old people do these things mostly, and old men going to church don't have to be fearful. And because I expect all of these things, I expect it quickly. I'm misunderstood by policemen and women. People are depending on you. If they are here, it's not that they don't have other things to do, but they are here because they want to see a change. So when you have a St. Thomas with a Seaforth having 9 murders committed in Seaforth proper, what they call Seaforth proper, and 3 in adjoining communities that Seaforth police, we're talking about 1/3, just a shade over 1/3 of the murders in St. Thomas attributed to that station on the bottom. And the worst thing is that just a shade of, I think it's 2 or 3 breakings more than murders. You can imagine breaking, even if they break this little a tuck shop across the road, it's accounted for as breaking. And when you have human lives being lost that are an equal continuum as breaking, it means we have no regard to life. And one of the reasons we get that is that I dare say Assistant Commissioner Griffiths is nobody. The MP is nobody unless he can give out something. And I'm making the point, the reverend, the goodly clergy people are nobody to these gangsters. You know why? The most important factor to these people is economic. Your social standing means 0. Once you have money, you're a chopper. You're everything. I don't know that a man who go down the road and tells a girl that it's dark, you shouldn't be going home alone, let me escort you. And then when he reaches in the bushes, he hold her down and rape. I don't know that he's a scammer. I know he's a rapist. So I don't know that people taking people money as scammer. You're a thief. And we need to call it that, you're a thief. So we're supporting thieves. And I give it the, if you're having sex with animals because they say you're a zoophiliac, it makes it any different. If you have sex with dead, they say you're a necrophiliac, it doesn't make it any different. So because you give it a fancy name doesn't mean that you're not a thief. And we hear about unemployment. And I'm passionate about these things. A man who is washing vehicles, wash 10 vehicles for the day and get enough that he can wear clothes, sleep somewhere and eat a little. But choose to stop doing that, to scam. Or was he unemployed? He's a thief. That's a mindset he has. That's what he wants to do. And when we get people supporting it, and they're all over the place attracting criminals right over. 5 were held in Trelawney, and 4 of the 5 is from St. Thomas for scamming. This is not something anybody needs to be proud of. So there's an erosion of social capital, consensus, partnership, a lot of things that could build Jamaica is absent and replaced by, you know, I look at the Noise Abatement Act and I said it couldn't have had a better name. It's not a music abatement act, it's noise. So many things that you hear these guys spitting out, really noise. No wonder people get tired of it. Probably people would have conformed to some soothing music. How can you be here promoting Hobia shooting people. I expect people to lie down in their bed and listen to these things. And police are fight against youth. Police are fight against what is wrong. You, the youths that give problem, are taking up a greater percentage of the public purse and producing little or nothing. And that's the reality. When you get shot, it costs a lot to take care of you in the hospital. And when we have to send soldiers and police at the expense of people getting their house breaking and cannot be addressed because the police and soldiers have to be where the shots are being fired. At the expense of people being raped because they have to be in one spot. You are producing zero, except for those scamming. And then the police is being blamed. And unfortunately, some of us accept the blames. When every scam of money go into guns, if you have more guns, you're more likely to have more crimes. If we prevent some of the scamming, the theft, reduce the drug trade. When a man has to work hard for his money and have time to buy guns with it, everybody wants to control, and the schools allow it. And I dare say, because from school, this a man a lead, this a crew. I graduate and you want to lead community. You can't read and write, but you want to lead community. Community will have teachers, doctors, you want to lead. Oh, you man? Listen. These are the things that we need to deal with. And I might sound emotional, but it's the reality. We need to fix these things. So we need to have consensus. We need to try hard to deal with the guns, the gangs, and gunmen. Where are the guns? Where are the gangs? And where are the gunmen? Where they operate from? They are not in silos, they are in communities that we can see them. We need to work as partners. We're going to solve the crime problem. It's not a police alone phenomenon. It's not the clergy alone phenomenon. It's not the member of parliament phenomenon. Or it's not local government phenomenon. It's everybody. It's everybody. And if you want to know that it's everybody, look at countries that has had civil dispute. A lot of them in sub-Saharan Africa. We have seen other countries that were doing well, and because of conflict, they're at zero. We need to work as a team. We need to work as a team. And I'm not going to come here and say to you that St. Thomas is the worst of my divisions in terms of crime. Certainly not. Because I have St. Catherine North, which has 102 murders. I have St. Catherine South with 98. And I have St. Andrew North with 45. These are serious times. But we cannot be selfish. It's a country. We have to pray when we pray here for Seaforth. We have to pray for St. Thomas and entire Jamaica. This is what we have. And I see in the audience a lot of people who I knew as young. Some of us not so young again, or we don't look so young again. But these are people who had moral principles and value. And I hope we can go back to those days. Not the old black and white TV days, but to the days when morality meant something. I thank you all for coming, and I look forward to working with you to improve not just Seaforth, but St. Thomas, and by extension, Jamaica. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Griffiths. We have all listened keenly to his words, and I'm hoping that one of the suggestions that he has made in relation to, find someone to share that information so that we can help to bring a calm in the midst of the storm. At this time, I'm going to be inviting to address us our Divisional Commanding Officer, none other than Mr. O'Neill Thompson. Please make him welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Sir James Robertson, Member of Parliament, Western St Thomas. Mr. Gary Griffiths, Assistant Commissioner of Police, Area 5. Councillor Spencer, Councillor Rawl, Caretaker Councillor Mr. Pasley, members of the clergy, community members, police officers, a pleasant morning to you all. It is a pleasure to have you participating in our devotion this morning. It is not by mistake why we call this devotion. It is not by mistake that we invite our Member of Parliament, councillors, councillor caretaker, pastors, and you, the community members. We call you because we know of your influence you have in our community. We call you because we want to continue this partnership. Together we are stronger. Mr. Griffith said that you are the converted. But if you are the converted, we know that you have the capacity to convert others. So, this partnership, not just to continue, but to step up on our activities of changing those hoodlums, are persons who is likely to be caught by the gangs and converted by the gangs. But before I go further, I will just share with you briefly our crime stats for the St. Thomas Division. As at September 17, 2022, the St. Thomas Division has recorded 34 cases of murder compared to 18 for the corresponding period 2021. Significantly great. 39 murders were recorded in 2021. So we can do the maths. Other major crimes are as follows: 20 cases of shooting compared to 22 for the corresponding period last year. 9 cases of rape compared to 15. 18 cases of aggravated assaults compared to 13. 13 cases of robbery compared to 10 for the corresponding period last year. 35 cases of breaking compared to 39 for the corresponding period. And for larceny, we have 4 compared to 0 last year this time. This is not too good for us. But I must say though, that out of this 34, 12 is from the Seaforth Police area. And you know the Seaforth Police area, you have the Soho, the Whitehall, and the surrounding area. But for Seaforth proper, we are seeing 9 murders recorded in Seaforth. Is this good? No, it is not. This is why we are here this morning, to get you, the converted, on board, and for our message to go out to the criminals, the gunmen, to change from their wicked ways. How can this be done? We want you to work with us. We know the people, you know. As Mr. Robertson rightfully said, that they go to school together. They go to church together. They play football on the same team. You know them. You watch them growing. You know where they live. You know where they sleep. You know where they hide out. And some may very well know where they hide the guns. Then we are saying that we are fearful. You are so fearful to the extent that you cannot take up your phone and call a police officer who you trust. Call a relative who you trust. Call a pastor who you trust. Call a political representative who you trust. For you to get rid of your fear, you have to confront it. You know the person who are giving the problem in your area. Confront them. I'm not saying that you should expose yourself to harm. But you can confront them by saying to the police, I saw a man pass here with a gun and he looked like Miss Brown's son. And him gone down there, so just when you go down in that lane and you're right, I believe that is where he hid the gun. You have the capacity to do it. Yes, it can happen. When I check at the Seaforth police station, when I check on the juvenile caution book, I see some of these very persons who are giving problem today. I am seeing them being recorded at even age 11. Some of them is 20 or 30. We have them record in our caution, juvenile caution book. We have them there. So, I know that you, the seniors in the community, the elders, the pastors, the teachers, we know that they are problem persons. What do? We watch them until they reach a point that they want to become the leader for you. And you say you are fearful. We have to confront this fear. Another way we can confront the fear, look at them from early. Try to see if you can build their characters. Call them out from early. Pastors, if it means that we have to go back to the stage where we have this evening Sunday school, where you take the children from early and teach them in the way that they should grow, that they may not depart from it. We have a job and we have to do it, because we are called to serve. Pastors, church members, you are called to serve just like us, and we have to serve our communities. We have to. But we, the police, we continue to step up on our operational activities. our investigative capacity has increased. We are able to arrest more than 10 of these persons who are giving problem in this area. 10 persons, and about 7 out of that 10 is in custody just now. And I hope that, the judicial system will work. Some on bail. I know a person who, based on their condition of bail, they should stay out of the area. And I want you to, them, help us to look out for those persons. This is your community. ACP Griffith spoke about the JDF assistance in the area. We will see more of that. And not just Seaforth, but St. Thomas. But Seaforth is my baby. And we are going to bring back Seaforth to what it was and to what. Because we have to eliminate the fear of crime. Look where Seaforth sits. As Mr. Robertson rightfully said, that the road network is being improved. Straight to Cedar Valley. Cedar Valley is a place that tourists would want to go and hike. Just thinking of Seaforth being a rest stop. They come here and they stop and they buy the fish, the bami, the soup, or anything they would want. I drink 2 beers. Right? Seaforth is a rest stop. But if the crime continue this way, no one will want to stop in your community. And what that means, the economy in Seaforth will go down. We have to open our eyes and see these things. This is your community. And you have to protect it at all costs. David was fearful. A matter of fact, the entire, since we are in a devotion, Pastor, David was fearful among others with Goliath. And while Goliath was there raging in the community, put fear in the communities, David said that I have to get fear. I have to get rid of this fear. So he got his stone and he got his slingshot. And he fired. And there goes Goliath. The Goliath in your community need to get rid of. Get rid of those Goliaths in your community. I'm not saying that you should take a slingshot. But you have your phone. You have your phone. So let's use it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your community. Bring back your community. Build morale. The young people are there crying out. And if we ramp or skin up, some people would say with them, the other woodlambs will take them away from us. So let us partner together. Together we can. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Mr. Thompson.